From the Four Rivers Cultural Center in Ontario, Oregon, we bring you the third annual Tradition Keepers Festival, highlighting cultural artists in Oregon's Treasure Valley and beyond. In this episode, you'll meet Sudanese henna artists Ekram Ahmed and Majda Osman.
كان عمري
ممكن داخل 20
like 30th, 20th, going to the 21st or 18, around that age. شنو الشيء اللي خلاك
مو بس يعني حابة إني أرسم بس يعني أنا في ده الشيء.
It was more like a habit to do. It was more like a goal to accomplish.
بعدين الشيء خلاني أنا ما كنت خديت مدرسة ولا قعدت إنسان قال لي أعمل كده ولا أعمل كده، لا. سؤالتي هي صاحبتي معاي في السودان، كنا في السودان هنا في عمر واحد، هي بترسم هنا للنسائية وكده، فأنا كان كل ما هي ترسم أنا بس بالعين ساعد كده بس خلاص. فبديت نرسم في ورق في هناي كده شوية شوية يعني. حتى
السعاد دي صاحبتك ولا واحدة بس بالحلة؟
صاحبتي لكن ما قالت لي ما يعني، بس أنا كل ما هي ترسم أنا بنعمل يعني.
Okay, so I have a friend of mine, from Sudan. Every time she does the henna on her side, I never got to ask her like to teach me or but I was just observing the way how she has been growing, the way how she has been so talented and all that stuff. So I want to be talented the same thing as her too. So by every time I observe, by seeing her, the way how she's getting really better and pretty much she's excellent on it. So I start just to draw on a piece of paper every time so I can get to that level she's really good at it.
بعدين هو لما مشينا تزوجت مشيت ليبيا.
And after I got married and we moved to Libya.
خلاص فأنا هنا فبديت شوي بنرسم يعني.
And then since that time I started doing my henna little by little until I got super talented with it. And I can do Libyan henna and I can do Sudanese henna. المكونات حقها
الحين هي أصلاً شجرة، هي الشجرة وبيشيلوا شجرة، بقول له شجرة الحين فالطرق حقه بيشيلوه بس حنوه، فلما يسحنوا الطرق ده بيسحنوه ناعم شديد. عندنا منطقة في السودان اسمها الدامر، دي مشهورة بزراعة الحنة وبيسحن الحنة.
So she said,
ولا في أي حاجة.
So she said,
there's a
tree, it's the henna tree, so they pretty much get all the leaf out of it, dry it, and then they ground it to the level that's really, really, really smooth, and they took it to a place, they don't add no product to it, everything is pretty much natural to it. They don't really add they don't literally add no chemicals to it. After that, they get it and they mix it with, there's a town called, Mama, a town اسمه شنو? Mama, a town اسمه شنو? المدينة اسمها شنو? Oh yeah, so she said that city, it's called Adamer. This city is pretty much famous with the henna tree. Everything it deals with henna, it's out there. So it's pretty much a big city named after henna. قلت لك كيف تلقي الحنة؟
هنا في أمريكا حاليا كله موجود، أي مكان الحين السوداني موجود.
Okay, she said you can pretty much find it in any Arabic store or like traditional store. Like Somali does carry it, Indian does carry it. They might carry it like the way it's in a different way. So this is More likely it's henna too, but they already had it ready in the tube. And it's more likely, it's a hair dye, but it's a henna. So it's only little people know what this mean. You can literally see it in each store, but they don't know what is that. So it's pretty much like, it's a hair dye. I would dye my hair, but it's a henna. So this is how it looked like. It had the mixer with it. So the way how they had it, it's pretty much, it comes with a packet, and there's like this powder, and that's it. And there's a little cup. Mix the two together, and it gets super, super, super dark. And they're really fancy, so they even had gloves.
بس مثل هذا الحين نحن بعد مرات يعني نرسمه في حفلات وهنا هي كانت اوكي ده عاداتنا وتقاليدنا بس ده معناه انه بخليك انت حلوه وشنو انا اقول له شنو يعني احنا حاليا في البيت ساكت بنحط الحنه ده بس يعني تحت كده بس هسه هنا احنا في امريكا الناس صاروا جاريات شغالات وكده يعني في نادر مع واحدة تقعد وتحط حنة في رجلها
قلت لك
من فترة بالنسبة أنت في البيت كتزيين للرجل في بيتك هنا عرفتي تخدي بيدينك هنا تحطي هنا تحطي في البلين يعني كزينة بالنسبة هنا أنت كمزوجة ولا كده. أما لما يكون في أفراح أنت لو دايرة بترسمي بنرسم ونلبس ذهب ونلبس الثياب.
قلت لك أنت بعد
دي الزينة طبعا
يعني معناه إنك بس عشان يعني يشوف جمالك.
حاولي تزيني إكرام يا للزين أصلا مشاركة في الأفراح ديما الواحد بيحاول يكون بمظهر كويس.
Okay. So like you said too, it's more like I want to be pretty by putting all those on me. And it's pretty much there's two of them. So when you're married, you will do like not too fancy, but it's just like the roll here and each fingers, and then your feet
like this.
It's for like pretty much like this one, like she had in her hand.
هنا بس الأصابع من هنا كده. لو رجلين من تحت برضو خط كده.
Yeah. So this is more like I'm doing it for my husband. Like this, I'm showing to him I do take care of myself. I'm pretty, and it's also to have a really good smells on it. And the other one, it's for when there is wedding and all that stuff. So everyone just gets them all over them just to show we are pretty, more pretty, and then they start putting like their gold necklace on, rings, earrings, and we wear so much gold on us when we go in the wedding, like so much, and it pops up with the henna when we do. It pops it more pretty.
Yeah.
So it's more likely like a cultural tradition, like tin, but it's native nursing. أنا ما أعتقد
والله أنت كل ما تشوفيني وكده أنا بنخلي كيس قاعدة تشيله
Yeah. Every time when my mom leave something left on it, I just start drawing. And then when she goes through the process, she's pregnant or something, I just go ahead and help out with that. And then when we moved to the refugee compound, whatever we stayed, Libya and Egypt. Yeah, so we were doing a lot of henna there, so pretty much I'm still observing, but then every time I just help out with her. I haven't been able to go out there and do it for some people, except my sisters. This is how far. And then when we got here to Twin Falls, I was more comfortable to do it. And then actually the last year when I did it at the refugee thing, and then I did it to my neighbors. For my neighbors now, it's just like, oh, it's natural for me to do it for them. في بعد مرات تقولي إنه في ناس يعني بيحاولوا زي ما تقولي عنصريين بعد بيشوفوا كراسمة ولا حاجة. يوم من الأيام خفتي إنك تتزوجي زي ما تقولي مشكلة حاجة. لا يعني proud. It's more like proud to do it. الواحد لما نشوفها احتمال يكون مستغرب. Like some of them when they see it they would be like confused what is that and they want to know more about it.
ممكن يقعد تشوف يفكر إنه الشيء ده
and it will pretty much just looks at you
ما زي يكون في حاجة أكتر من ده.
and pretty much really concentrated. What is that? Process it in his head, but like I never felt shamed. Like is that a permanent tattoo or what? It is not a tattoo.
Yeah. أنا بتذكر رسمتها كان في عرس مشيت نبراسكا. لما جيت وكنت شغالة في الوالمارت كان الوالمارت كلهم يسألوني. This is tattoo.
So she said there was a wedding the last year over in Nebraska. I went over, and then when I came back, I went to my job, which is Walmart. And there was my coworkers. They were like, "Is that a tattoo?
Yeah.
What is that?" And everyone was so confused because she even drew on her feet too.
Yeah, لما نوريتهم رجلين فكانوا مستغربين وقول لي حاجة سمحة.
And then when she showed them. She took the shoes off and the socks and she showed them. They're like, wow, this is pretty. How do you do that?
Yeah. A little bit different. Maybe tattoo فوق أكتر حاجة يختلف الحنة من التاتو شوية.
She said like, I think so the difference between the tattoo and the henna. Tattoo is more like here and here and here. And you get some like in the high waist and then here, but then the henna it's more focused about here and here, which
inside.
Is and then like down here, which is when you go a lot to a different job, they don't require you to have all these as a tattoo. But then if it's just a henna temporary, we're fine having it here and here. It's something. It's like a draw.